Hello friends, in the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss a matter which is related to the deduction of TDS by an SSC in respect of payments made for computer development software, marketing services, web hosting services under section 195 and consequently making disallowance under section 40A clause I. The present issue has been taken up by Honorable Delhi ITAT D bench in the case of Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax versus Campus EA India Private Limited, and this case has been reported in 118 ITR Tribunal at page number 642. The date of the judgment is 28th October 2023. In the present case, the assessee is in the business of computer software. The assessee has availed during the assessment year, that is the assessment year 17-18, various services regarding development of computer software, marketing services, web hosting services, and the assessee has made multiple payments in the foreign currency. When the assessment proceedings of the assessee were going on, the assessee was show caused by the learned assessing officer to show that the payments which have been made for development of computer software, marketing services, web hosting services should not be treated as fees for technical services, and why the assessee should not be treated as assessee in default, and why the disallowance under section 40A clause I should not be made. The assessee submitted its various submissions, and according to the assessee, according to Article 22 or in the absence of Article 22 or in the absence of specific clause in Article 22 between the double taxation avoidance agreement between India and UAE and India and Mauritius, the payment could not be brought to tax, and the payments which have been made also not taxable as business income because the payee and the remittee do not have any permanent establishment in India. So in any case, these payments are not taxable in the hands of the payee. So the TDS was not deductible on this. The learned assessing officer was not convinced with the submissions of the assessee, so he held the assessee in default and made the disallowance under section 40A clause I. The assessee filed appeal before the CIT appeal, but CIT appeal was convinced with the submissions of the assessee, and the CIT appeal allowed the appeal of the assessee. So the matter was taken to the ITAT by the revenue, and when the tribunal heard the matter, the tribunal was of the opinion that payment could not be brought to tax under Article 22 in absence of specific clause for fees for technical services in double taxation avoidance agreement between India and UAE and between India and Mauritius. The tribunal also said that the payment could not be taxed in India as business income also, as the payee and remittee do not have any permanent establishment in India. So in any case, according to the tribunal, this amount was not taxable in the hands of the payee, so there was no obligation on the assessee to deduct the TDS. Friends, there is a little bit difference between the provisions of TDS in case of payments made to the residents and payment made to the non-residents. In case of payment made to the residents, it is not necessary that whether the amount is taxable in the hands of the resident or not, the payer has to deduct the TDS if it comes in the definition of, or it comes in the provisions of deducting the TDS. But in case of payment to non-residents, the TDS is to be deducted under section 195, and once it is established that the payee is not taxable on that amount which is paid by the payer to the payee, then there is no need to deduct the TDS and the assessee cannot be held as assessee in default. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax versus Campus IA India Private Limited, and this case has been reported in 118 ITR Tribunal at page number 642, and the matter has been decided by Honorable Delhi ITAT, and the date of the judgment is 20th October 2023. Thank you, friends.